was able to read the defense. He was able to call like little small audibles.
His throwing is much improved over the season.
I'm over here in the south side of Chicago, 35th and Damon, doing my veterans tailgate today, baby. This is all about the veterans.
Defensive line's got to get better.
We got a good tight end. That's all you got to do is play to the kid's strength.
Bears, 24-21.
Offense look good.
Glad for everybody to make it. Bear down, and hopefully I'll see everybody next week.
Bear down, people.
Welcome to Halas Hall Report, everybody. It is game day. We are doing pregame against the Eagles today, which we will have a special guest Eagle fan on here in about 10 minutes. Let's do a little recap of the last game. I know we just came off a bye and everything, but how'd you think the Bears played against the Packers? We'll start with CJ today.
I thought they had it in the first half. But for some reason, second half it just rolled out of control pretty much. I mean, ain't nothing more I can pretty much say on that one.
For sure. The Packers definitely have our number, especially the last decade or so, which sucks. But overall, Justin Fields probably had his best passing game, 254 yards. The only bad thing is he threw 2 interceptions. He's got to eliminate the turnovers, So, Woody, what did you think?
Yeah, 18 points in the fourth quarter. That's what pretty much screwed us. First half, Justin Fields had that run. They looked pretty good. And with, Brisker and Gordon out, their cornerbacks were doing pretty good filling in. But, yeah, those turnovers killed us. Sanborn again leading the way with 10 tackles. But, yeah, we can't beat them with Aaron Rodgers. It's just I have no idea. I mean, Aaron Jones, he was injured. Corey Dillon was having pretty good running game, but yeah, the 18 points in the fourth quarter and the 2 interceptions really screwed us. So it sucked.
Ken, you got anything to add?
I mean, look, it's just kind of how this season has gone. It's like there's progression made. Sanborn is showing and growing. We made more progression as a team. I mean, we saw some things, but we still don't have that gas to finish things out in the fourth quarter, and it's getting there. I mean, it's getting better. The interceptions, yeah. I mean, we used Claypool a little bit more, right? Now we find out in the bye week that he still hasn't gotten the offense, so maybe that changes for today. But no, I mean, it would have been nice to get the win. It looked like it has in a lot of games this year. It looked like, we might get one. We might get another, but it's kind of been the story of this team.
Yeah, and St. Brown had probably his best game as a Bear as well.
Right. Yeah. And not to add what you said about Sanborn, Woody, since he's taken over at the defense, since Roquan's left, he's leading the league in tackles with 54.
Yeah, he can shoot the gap.
Started.
Yeah, he can shoot the gap and everything, man. He's good. He's going to be good.
Isn't that amazing? He was an undrafted free agent rookie.
Yeah, amazing. He's been playing like a veteran, honestly. He's been balling out for sure.
Oh, are they awarding a penalty kick?
I didn't skip your nothing, Dan. What'd you think? You're muted. Unmute yourself.
Oh my God.
Dan,
Typical.
Are you with us, Dan?
No.
What the fuck, dude?
You're being polite, not used to unmuting yourself.
Nothing really to add to it. I mean, except the typical beginning of the game for us and typical comeback by the Packers. I mean, never get too excited over, a big lead against the Packers.
Right. All right, let's move on to today's game. We're coming off the bye. Justin Fields is rested up some, getting more healthy. He'll be playing today. I'm going to bring on The Rock and see what his opinion is on the game.
I can tell you his opinion probably.
Usually nobody has an intro, but today he's going to have an intro.
If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
How you
The
doing,
Rock
guys?
is cooking and Bob pouring a hat trick.
No, it's just Rock.
I had
Ain't
to,
no
bud.
dull to it. No, my name's just Rock. It ain't dull to it.
Wow.
Are you from Pennsylvania,
How you guys
Rock?
doing?
Rock, you from Pennsylvania?
Jersey, right outside of Philly.
I'm from
Jersey.
PA. I live in PA.
On
Oh, do you? Okay, cool. Yeah, I live 30 minutes. I live 30 minutes from Philadelphia.
I'm sorry to hear
Yeah, it
that.
takes me about 30 minutes to get there.
I'm sorry.
Before we get into the
Okay.
Eagles game right here, I have a guest who a couple people know on the panel, so let's not blow it.
Got it.
Guess the player. Get 3 clues. Drafted by the Bears. He has 2 kids, and he hosts a podcast like myself.
Bill the Packer fan.
Yeah. You got 2 kids, Bill? Do you know if they're yours or not?
I'll say the answer just before kickoff, right after predictions. So if anybody knows who that is, go ahead and give your answer. I'm actually going to be putting all the correct answers into a thing for at the end of the year. It'll be a free giveaway. But Rock, with Eagles coming to Chicago, Bears aren't looking too hot. Philadelphia Eagles are rolling.
Look, y'all might be saying y'all ain't looking too hot and we're looking good. I look at this game as being one of them scary trap games, man, that if we go into there acting like we got this wrapped up before we even play the damn thing, then we could lose it. You know what I mean? So we got to come in there and we got to act like we're playing a team that's already in the playoffs. And I know y'all ain't got about 4 or 5 wins, whatever it is.
3.
But that's how we got to approach today. We can't act like we got it already wrapped up because that's how you lose.
Hey, Rock, do you know the Bears?
Do I know the Bears? I mean, I haven't been following them too well. I mean, but, you know, I know you guys are wrapped around just Justin Fields, really, and you went after that new guy from the Steelers, Claypool, and he ain't doing too good for you right now, but I still don't fucking wrap it up and act like it's a W when it ain't even got on the field yet.
Yeah, I agree with that. It could be a trap game before you guys play Dallas. But
Right.
Nah. You'll have no problem today, bud. None.
I hope not. You know what I mean? I hope not, because even last week I was nervous. I mean, Mike will tell you, man, I was even worried about last week's game, and that was against the Giants because that's a division rival, and you never know what happens when a division rival's playing you. And I told, Dan, because me and him are friends, I told him, I said, dude, I don't look at this game as being an easy wrap 'em up game. I just don't. I can't look at it and act like, oh, well, we don't have to play today, because that's bullshit.
Well, and if you look at this Bears team, they've been in pretty much every game we've played. So, that's
That's what I'm talking about.
In the NFL, the thing
except
with
for like 2.
You can be a 1-game winner or a 10-game winner, and the difference is literally a field goal.
Right. I mean, look at the game against Indianapolis. We didn't play our best football, and we almost cost us the game. So anything could happen today.
Yeah.
I mean,
can I give my prediction first?
You want your prediction first, Woody?
Oh my God! Listen. I know we got Gordon and Brisker back today, but they got 1,000-yard. AJ Brown. You got Devon.
Not to bust your bubble. We got the entire team except for Blankenship coming back.
Yeah, and Jalen Hurts. He has a phenomenal arm, and he's second in rushing behind Fields. So, and then Miles Sanders isn't having a bad year as well. So
Miles Sanders has 1,000 yards rushing.
The only
1,000-yard rushing, 1,000-yard receiver, 3,000-yard passer.
Yeah, the only fault that the Eagles have is tight end. Goddard's out for the year. That's their only.
No, Goddard will be back next week. Goddard will be back next week.
Eagles have the number one ranked offensive line. And listen, and no offense, Rocco, I hate the Eagles more than I hate the Packers. So I have plenty of Eagles fans.
Thanks for the love, man.
Yeah, well, I have plenty of Eagles friends that are, fans and stuff like that. And it's just that's their only downfall right now is their tight end. Like I said,
well, that'll be an upgrade next week when Dallas comes back because he was supposed to be able to come back for the Bears game, but they decided to go ahead and wait for another week.
Right. So I don't know. It's not going to be a pretty game. I don't think it's going to be a trap game.
Can I add something real quick?
Yeah.
Man, why can't you be that excited for a Bears game?
It ain't a World Cup final.
So I think overall Eagles are not going to have a problem with us today. We can't stop the run. We can't. We're not going to be keeping Jalen Hurts in the pocket. And even if we do, he's just going to either, throw it to and stuff like that. So you'll have no problem today.
Well, like I said, brother, I hope you're right, Woody. But like I said, I never look at a game and act like it's a W before the teams even take the field. I don't do that. I've seen too many upsets in this league to never do that no more. I used to do that as a kid until I started seeing all the fucking L's that weren't supposed to be. And then I realized, you know what? You can't predict this shit.
Right. Yeah, for the win, the Bears got to keep the Eagles off the field. They got to have long drives and pretty much score every possession, which it's going to be kind of tough.
I agree.
Plus, Darius Slay is having a great year for Philly. So we got to worry about him in the back.
Well, Slay and Bradbury both are having phenomenal years. Right. Both of them. So, I mean, you could dominate one corner, the other one will take you over.
Yep.
So,
we'll get there one day again.
What's interesting
picking
about
up
this
Bradbury
game,
was a big move.
What an interesting thing about this game, though, with the quarterbacks, right? Like, Hurts and Fields aren't much difference in skill set, what they do, which will be interesting defensively because the defenses have, they practice guys.
Actually, right? I think you're wrong. I think Hurts is much stronger. Much, much stronger than Fields.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you can think that all you want, but the thing is they both run. They both have good arms. The point being is that, like, for the Bears, maybe for Hurts, so the Rock can be happy thinking he's got a stronger quarterback, is the Eagles are used to practicing against Hurts and seeing that kind of play. And that's, so I don't think Fields or Hurts will have these big runs they normally get because the defenses are a little more used to it. Even though the Bears defense has been a little weaker this year, it's that we see that kind of play every day in practice, and guys usually do well against that when they see this game.
Plus, I want to add one more thing. I was watching the Eagles game last week, and even though Jalen Hurts was getting pressured, Hurts would throw the ball and the receiver where the receiver is supposed to be, and they're always there.
Yeah.
That's a big part of the offense. Is that when I was quarterback 13 years in my league, and we have set plays, and I throw where that receiver is supposed to be, not where he's at, where he's supposed to be, and that's what Hurts does.
And that's and I think Fields does that too. The problem is the receivers aren't there a lot. Our receiving core isn't there yet. It's like it's getting there. You're seeing improvements. I think now that with Claypool having a whole basically 2 weeks now to learn more of the playbook and get more into this offense, that'll help. But, I see this, it's still just about progression, learning. And we've done a lot of that. And the thing is, for the Eagles this week, they got to be careful because, Rock, you're right, it's a trap game for you. It really is. People are going to look at the Bears and say, this is a 3-win team, but it's a 3-1-win team that's lost the game by literally a point. Lost by,
I mean, that's why I thought you had 4 or 5 wins. I didn't think you only had 3.
3. Oh, yeah. We probably could have 9. The way this season has gone, the losses have been one. Literally, we had a 1-point loss on a missed PAT. We've had a couple that were within a field goal. They've almost all the loss except for like 2 have been 1-possession games.
Well, you're sitting at number 3 in the draft. What are you going for?
2.
You guys are all the fans. What do you want in the draft at number 3?
Edge rusher.
We're gonna get that. I think right now that Anderson they're talking about Anderson, but I'm hearing Ryan Poles is going to trade down anyway. So it's hard to say right now.
I think the Bears should trade down because you need to fill up a few holes.
Well, and the player that we want, we could still get them even if we trade down.
Yeah.
Not to mention we're going to get extra draft capital. You know what I mean?
Right.
We need probably, I'd say, one O-line to solidify, because the O-line's been getting better all year. But we need to be able to keep Mustapher out of the starting lineup. And we need to improve the D-line immensely. I think the linebacking core is actually, like with the emergence of Sanborn, Morrow's played better. It's not on the D, it's more about the D-line. And on the offensive side, it's about the line, because at the skill players, we're good. I mean, yeah, you can always use another receiver, right? But it's O-line, D-line, I think, are our keys for the draft.
Definitely. Oh, let's get into some predictions here. Before we get into the prediction, I do have the prediction sheet updated today. I'm leading by one game. Then you got Woody and Dan right behind me at 6 and 7, and then CJ and Ken at 5 and 8. And within the next couple weeks, I'll reveal the prize for the first place winner. And that's not included me, though.
Mike.
But since Woody wants to go first, we'll let Woody go first. What do you think the game is going to be today?
Listen, our team's not this season, not known for sacks. Sanborn, I think he's going to be the leading tackler again today, because I believe that every majority of the plays that Eagles are going to go in the second level. So I think he's going to lead it in tackles. If we don't get our running game, it's going to be even worse than the prediction I'm going to have. So what's the weather supposed to be like there? Oh, wait. We have the same weather as Chicago has, so it doesn't matter. I think Eagles are going to win 32-17. And that's pushing 17.
All right, I believe CJ said his prediction in the chat, but we'll let him do it on the live. What do you think, CJ?
I believe I had the Eagles winning. What did I say? 42 to 28.
Yep.
Okay.
CJ says 42-28 Bears.
Oh no, 42-28.
I know.
Mike really wants that
I
problem.
bet the Bears winning this one. I mean, if the Bears win this one, shit, I'll be shocked.
Dan?
Eagles 27-13.
Dan, you got to stop the same teams as I'm rooting for. We're gonna stay the same the whole year.
Hey, there is no tiebreakers.
Yeah, I know.
What do you think, Ken?
All right, I need to make up ground here. Obviously, only 4 games left. So I'm going to take the Bears because I have no choice but to if I want to move up the standings. In a trap game upset, 35-32, Chris Santos with the game winner.
Dang.
Here's the question, though. Is Santos going to miss an extra point today?
I leave that to you.
I'll say no. I'll go with no.
Oh, save.
All right, before I give my prediction, we'll move down to the Rock. What do you think the prediction is going to be today?
Well, like I said, I'm hoping it won't be a trap game. I'm looking at maybe 24-20 Eagles.
Holy
I think we might struggle. I think we're going to struggle today because we're going to start looking at Dallas before we're ready to play. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm worried about. I think we're ready for Dallas. I think we want Dallas. I think, we know our division comes down to next week, and I'm just hoping that they ain't overlooking the Bears looking for next week.
Gotcha.
24-20.
Well, with Fields and Hurts being hell of a runners for quarterbacks, and the Bears' defensive front has been terrible. So they reached the second tier damn near 90% of the time, which isn't good for the Bears.
Well, we're not good against mobile quarterbacks either. That's a problem.
a lot of teams isn't, you know. But your defense and your offense is a lot better playing together. Just saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I hope the Bears win. Don't get me wrong, but I got the Eagles winning this 34-24. And I personally think they might even be able to get into the 40s because they do have a high-powered offense. Like we were discussing earlier, they got Miles Sanders, receivers, you know, Hurts. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't see the Bears stopping them very much.
No
Personally.
way. AJ Brown, he knows how to get open, and I think that's the
Oh!
that's the best move that I've seen trades in a draft in years when they got AJ Brown in the draft trade last year.
And basically all we gave up was an extra 3rd-round pick.
Right.
Yeah, that was a great move there for the Eagles, man. I was like, on draft night, I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I was like, nah, Eagles.
I thought it was a misprint at first.
I was like, yeah, when they got AJ Brown, I was like, who cares? They're the Sheagles, blah, blah, blah. Look at them. It's granted that they only play the games that are on their schedule. They had a little bit of a light schedule, but
yeah,
we'll see.
Right.
Yes. One more.
Who are you pulling for, Argentina or France?
Argentina. My mom was born in Buenos Aires. I want Messi to get one, even though my boy Kingsley Coman plays for Bayern and he's on France.
Okay.
We got about 10 minutes for kickoff. We'll go back to the guess who. A couple people on the panel don't quite say it yet. Let's see if there's any winners in here. Does anybody know the answer to this?
I don't
Drafted by the Bears, has 2 kids, and he's a host of in Chicago a podcast.
Yeah, I got to guess. I'll go with Spice Adams.
Spice, incorrect.
No, he has 14 kids, Ken.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. He also has the best memes in the NFL.
And it's crazy. This is the only one nobody got the answer right, and I shared it into every group I was in. Nobody knew.
Well, it's
That's
not
good. I didn't even go back and look at it.
I'll give you his nickname, Danimal.
Dan Hampton, really?
Wow.
He hosts a podcast in Chicago right now under the Chicago radio station.
I want to guess the.
Yes, I know, Aaron.
Not older.
Okay. All the Fox has the soccer
Here we
game
go.
on.
Here we go. It's over.
So you won?
Well, no, Ken was voting for
wins
France.
on PKs. Messi gets his World Cup title. Miami's going to love that dude next year when he plays for Inter Miami.
And I will be doing this multiple times, so take a look at my page and don't miss out because I'm going to be doing a free giveaway at the end of the year.
Wow.
Gale Sayers picture?
No, I'm getting that one back from you.
You son of a bitch.
But to make it fair, Woody, for you guys, I'll pick first from the rest of the year since I'm leading. So that way you could cheat and just switch it up.
Cheat?
Yeah, like what Ken did. Well, for me to win.
Cheat, yeah. Ken wanted France to win in the beginning, but then he rose for Argentina.
Hey, I'll say this. I know we're talking about a different football there, but if you did not watch this World Cup final, this was the most exciting game in any sport I've seen in a long time.
I haven't seen you jump like that in years.
Dude, I almost broke my chair.
You did. You knocked your phone down and everything.
I know, but I almost broke my recliner on it.
Dude, you hit the floor and bounced.
Yeah, Ken, you ruined your green screen.
Yeah. Mbappe, only the second player in World Cup history to have a hat trick in the final. He's the first to have a hat trick in a final and lose. That kid's like what, 23 years old?
Yeah.
I mean, oh my God, he is amazing.
So you said Sanborn was gonna pretty much lead the defense in tackles. Let's get your prediction on the tackles.
I say second level, Miles Sanders. I say he's going to have 14 tackles, 11 solo. Dan, your prediction?
I ain't got no clue.
I'm going to say he gets 13 tackles and 1 sack.
Wow. And no
I'm gonna
solo.
go 15 tackles with 2 sacks because why not?
No solo?
Oh, no. You want a solo number of 14?
Well,
I'll take 10 of them.
you got to wait like 24 hours for that prediction because sometimes that changes. That changes on the stat sheet.
Yeah.
All right. I said he had 14 tackles and 11 solo.
Yeah.
He has a block punt and a fumble recovery. How about that fucker?
Whoa!
Big block punt. That'll definitely earn you some brownie points.
Wow, what a game. I'm so happy I only got 4 hours of sleep to watch this game this morning.
I know you're like a bat right now. You never comment in the chat unless we're all sleeping.
Well, his wings went around when he jumped.
I mean, I've watched some really good World Cup finals, but my God, that one was insane.
All right, I'm going to jump off my YouTube for my YouTube watchers. Appreciate it. Please hit the subscribe. If not, give me a follow. I appreciate it, everybody.
Subscribe.
I love yous all.
All right, guys, enjoy the game.